The podcast? The what? What is this? The Boys of Summer. Roger Kahn. Yep. As you know, we start the show with memorabilia every couple times a week on this podcast. Anyway, if you've been watching it, we've only been doing this 20 years. Anyway, Boys of Summer, Roger Kahn. The definitive book, well, not the definitive, but one of the best books ever written about the 50s Brooklyn Dodgers, The Boys of Summer. In here, there are very few pictures, but there's a couple of good ones. There's the author as a kid, too, and the author's father. Roger Kahn is not any longer with me. He was around a long time. There's some early Jackie Robinson stuff in there, Pee Wee Reese. Look at all that stuff. There's some great things in here. Some photos you've seen, some you haven't. Great one of Duke Snider. Love that guy. All right. Roger Kahn, if you've never read this book or seen it, go to your local library, check it out immediately. It's one of the best books you'll ever read about the history of the Brooklyn Dodgers. All right. Enough said about that. Let's start the show with a, what do we got? 10 count countdown. Let's do it. Woo! Nobody's playing ball today. Sorry. Yeah. First of all, those who are watching now, we are live on YouTube. So if you're not watching us, you're missing it live. We'll post it up on Facebook, don't worry. And it'll be here on YouTube later. But we're going live at about, 6:25 when we started this? Great. No game today. We're off. That's why there's nobody playing baseball. That's why they said it's not time for Dodger baseball. We're not doing it yet. Playing tomorrow. So this is Let's Talk Dodgers for 7/9. That's July 9th, 2026. I'm Randy in New York. Come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. In the news, we're going to first, we usually do this now. This is our new format. We usually review the series we just completed. So we just completed one with the Rockies, concluded on Wednesday night. And we'll just give you a quick rundown, maybe a couple of home runs. I don't know, we'll see. Game 1, Dalton Rushing singled in the winning run against a drawn infield in the 11th inning. And the Blue rallied to an 8 to nothing? No, I forget what. How come it's not here? Come on, somebody goofed. 8-1, no, that wasn't the score. Hold on. Let's look this back up. 8-7, I'm sorry, yes. Didn't come out. Okay, 8-7 win over the Rockies. Somebody make a note here. Let's fire that guy. Who didn't put that note in? 8-7 over the Rockies on Monday night. And surprisingly, it was the Dodgers' first extra inning game of the year. Are you kidding me? Wow. And they won it. So we're 1-0. Game 2 was another tight one as the Dodgers and Rockies remained tied up. Shohei hit his 300th career home run, but 2 errors by the Blue allowed the Rocks to beat the Dodgers 4-3. But it was a great game. All 3 of these games were great. Let's play Shohei's 300th career home run. Ready? Let's do it.
He's just trying to find square up. High line drive, center field, carries over the wall. 300 for Shohei Ohtani.
That's amazing. The guy's amazing. 300 home runs? Come on. Not many guys have done that. Only a handful.
It was a line drive that just kept on rising, kept on climbing. It's the 300th home run of Shohei Ohtani's Major League career.
Yeah, that was a good one. A lot of fun there. All right. By the way, the crack of the bat. Did you hear that while he was talking too? Listen to this.
You're just trying to.
One more time.
You're just trying to.
Wow. All right. Mookie Betts came through with the go-ahead run in the 8th inning last night with 2 strikes on him for a game-winning single as the Dodgers beat the Rock Show to take the series 2-1, winning the game 4-3. Your Dodgers are now sitting at 61-33, best record in baseball, right? Wait a minute, it gets better. 14 games ahead of the Madres, 15 games ahead of the Arizona D-Bags, 22 over San Francisco, which is always something to cheer for. Frisco's out by 22 games. They suck. All right. And 23 games over the Colorado Rockies. Poor Rockies. Dodgers still have the best record in baseball, and we know it, we love it, and we're going to win this division easily, handily, but we still got to save some strength for the postseason. All right. Quick injury report. I know everybody's been talking about injuries. Edwin Diaz, remember that guy and his loose bodies and right elbow? He's expected to return in late July. His latest status, he threw live batting practice for the second time yesterday on July 8th. Today's the 9th. If you're watching this on Friday, well, we have a game on Friday, but nothing on Thursday. We're recording on Thursday, and we're live on Thursday. By the way, when we go live like this, we're only going to acknowledge people talking to us when we get to the shout-outs. So wait for a few minutes. We'll get some shout-outs in a few minutes. Anyway, Edwin Diaz threw batting practice for the second time yesterday on July 8th. He's getting closer to a rehab assignment, and after that, he'll probably be back with the team. Meanwhile, what about Kike Hernandez? Anybody remember him? Anybody? Okay. He had a left oblique strain. Those are really hard to come back from. I don't care if they're saving them for what. You got to be really sure about those. And I keep saying this to everybody. Nomar had one of those when he was with the Dodgers. It took him like 4 months to get over that thing because he kept re-injuring it. Anyway, left oblique strain for Kike. He's expected to return in late July also, next week or so. He's resumed taking live at-bats, one of his final boxes to check before beginning a rehab assignment, and that has been updated since yesterday. And Landon Knack, shout out to Larry Black. Landon Knack and his right intercostal strain, ouch, sounds like a real bad one. Expected to return is July. Latest status, stretched out to a 3+ innings on 63 pitches in his third rehab start with AAA OKC on July 5th. So Landon Knack is on his way back, but not yet. We don't need him yet anyway. Take your time, Landon. All right. Fun stuff. We do shout-outs. First, we're going to see who we're shouting out to. Then we're going to check who's watching live, if anybody, and we'll make notes there, all right? So if you're watching live with me, we'll say something while I'm doing this. All right, shout-outs. We got a lot of shout-outs. I'm going to need some vocal reinforcement here. Today in the shout-outs, we have some of our regulars and some newbies, too. Bradley A., Kim N., Dion M., Mike L., is it Marbly R., Pablo V., David C., Mary C., Frank P., Daryl G., Lucy P., Javier C., Paul D. Hey, Paul. Good playing racquetball with you today, buddy. Lynn T., Kathy E., Cheryl C., Roger E., and you and me, and Fox Jabri, who's Fox Cali because he is El Zorro. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends where we are. Thanks also for subscribing to YouTube and following us here on Facebook. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends to watch, too. Tell them to like us here on Facebook and hit the subscribe button in YouTube. Tell them where we are. We're always talking Dodgers here. Go Blue. Welcome aboard to all the newbies. One more time for all the newbies. Glad to have you here. By the way, if you're telling your Dodger-loving friends where we are, tell them in Facebook it's Let's Talk Dodgers. Very simple. And in YouTube, it's youtube.com/@Let's Talk Dodgers. That's youtube.com/@Let's Talk Dodgers. Very simple to find us. And when you get to that page in YouTube, you'll see all the videos we've strung up here in the last couple of years or so at least. And if you have any fan mail, you can toss it in the Facebook page here. Or for the first time ever in 20 years, this season's the first season we've ever done this. If you have comments, you're allowed now to make them in this YouTube video, and I'll see them. So that's pretty cool. We're going to do it live in a few seconds here. Let's take a look. We'll do this day in Dodger history, and then we'll come back and do some shout out live here, okay? So if you're here live, stay there for just a second. On this date in Dodger history, we've got some audio on this one, man. I've played this before 5 or 6 years ago. We're talking about the All-Star game here because it's coming up, right? Next Tuesday. Well, the last time the All-Star game was played in Philadelphia, where it is this year, was this day, July 9th in 1996. And on this date in 96, it was none other than Dodger Mike Piazza who hit an absolute moonshot into the upper deck at Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium in those days. It was still there. The Dodger catcher also stroked an RBI double, helping the National League beat the AL 6-0. Yeah. And of course, wait a minute, he takes home the All-Star Game's MVP award for doing that. Extra trivia on that, this was the only All-Star game in which not a single pitcher walked a batter. That's pretty amazing. And appropriately, it was Braves closer Mark Wohlers who was the final pitcher of the game. Let's hear Mike Piazza's homer in the All-Star game, shall we? He did it on this date in 1996. Go.
Goodbye. Absolutely crushed.
Yes, he did.
Well, Ted, if you're watching, whatever you told 12-year-old Mike Piazza, he listened very carefully.
Yeah, he was. the announcer was mentioning Ted, as in Ted Williams, because Mike Piazza met him when he was 12 years old. He was friends with his dad. So he came to the batting cages at his house and gave him some tips. So that was Bob Costas saying, if Ted, if you're watching, the kid listened. 12-year-old, whatever you told 12-year-old Mike Piazza, he listened. Okay. So that was his home run on this date, July 9th, 1996. The last time the All-Star game was played in Philadelphia. All right, stats of the day. Not sure anybody mentioned this, but the 300th home run by Ohtani we just heard a few minutes ago. He is, of course, the first Japanese player ever, Japanese-born player, with 300 home runs in the majors. That's true. Hey, that's what can you do? Also, we're looking at Freddie's doubles watch. He hit one last night, so now where is he on the all-time list? Freddie Freeman now has 570 doubles in his career. That's good for 28th place, 2 places behind Robinson Cano and Ivan Rodriguez, who both have 572. Next up the list from them would be Bobby Abreu and Charlie Gehringer at 574. To get to the top 20, he has a few more than that to go. Todd Helton has 592. He's presently in 20th place. So Freddie's got a way to go, but if he gets 20 more of them the rest of the season or beginning of next season, he'll be in 20th place. That's pretty darn cool. All-time doubles? Wow, that's great. Here's one nobody's talking about from Sarah Langs. Remember her? She's the MLB and former ESPN analyst who she's I can't believe that she's still around. She's suffering from ALS. She's had it about 4 or 5 years now. Hope she's still hanging in there. Hang in there, Sarah. The 2026, here's what she says. The Dodgers of 2026 with Mookie and Shohei are the 4th team ever to have multiple players hit their 300th career home runs in the same season. Second time in Dodgers history. It happened in 2023 with JD Martinez and Freddie Freeman. The only other franchise on the list twice, Chicago Cubs in 2010, Lee and Soriano, and in 71, Williams and Santo. That's pretty exclusive company right there. So Mookie and Shohei did it this year. That's pretty amazing. And the Dodgers have been in that deal twice. They've done it twice. How about that? All right, by playing 97 games through this coming Sunday, marking a sort of halfway point in the season. Everybody likes to tell you the All-Star game is half the season. It really isn't halfway. 97 games have been played by the Dodgers, have been played by the Dodgers by the time Sunday hits. That's 59% of the season will have been played by Sunday. 41% left. So it's a 59-41 deal. Half the season already happened when we had already had 81 games. So we're already past the halfway point. And you knew that because the All-Star game's always in mid or late July, which means it's a little fudged a little bit over the halfway mark. So we actually have 41% of the season after the All-Star game. All right, and our last stat of the day, of course, is always a Jumbo Jack watch. 7 Ks by our staff get you 1 free Jumbo Jack the next day at your local Jack in the Box in LA and Ventura counties. They don't tell you that on TV. Right now, the team has done it 75 times out of 94 games. That's about an 80% clip. So they're back up to 80%, which means whenever the Dodgers strike out 7 or more in a game, you get free Jumbo Jack for the purchase of a large drink. Thanks, Jack, and thanks, Dodger pitching staff. Here's to you. So whenever the pitching staff gets 7 or more Ks in a game against the other team, all you do is walk into your local Jack in the Box and say, give me the Dodger deal, please. And they'll give you a free Jumbo Jack with a large drink when you buy one. So that's all you got to do. LA and Ventura counties. Remember that. Okay, whenever the pitching staff gets more than 7, we did that. We did it 3 times this week against the Rockies. So go get your Jumbo Jack after you watch this show. All right, I got some quick hit trivia for you. This is one we did a couple years ago from Mark Langill's All-Star Quiz from several years back. I think he did about 10 or 15 years ago. This is a neat one. We used this once or twice before, but we'll give you the answer in a few minutes. But who are the only Dodger teammates to hit back-to-back home runs in an All-Star game? Hey, this year we've got a chance for this, you know. We could do this again this year. We could change the question. You know why? We got 5 Dodgers on the team, 6 if you count Dave Roberts as manager. So it could happen again if they're next to each other in the lineup. You never know. But who is to this point now on this day, who are the only Dodger teammates to hit back-to-back home runs in an All-Star game? We'll give you the answer in just a few minutes. Let's get you out to the ballpark for the last series before the All-Star break. The D-backs are coming to town. They'll be in town tomorrow. Friday, July 10th, Shohei Ohtani's on the hill with his 8-2 record and his 1.79 minuscule ERA, good for second place in the MLB. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Eduardo Rodriguez is going up against him for the D-backs, 7-3 with a 2.25 ERA. That's a great matchup. That's must-see TV. A guy with a 2.25 and a guy with a 1.79. Nobody's going to score it all tomorrow. It's a 7-10er on Sportsnet LA. And by the way, Cheryl alert, there are 3 different times for 3 different games for the rest of this weekend. So Friday, July 10th with Shohei on the Hill, 7-10 on Sportsnet LA. Got it? Okay, lock it in. Saturday, July 11th, Yoshi Yamamoto and his 9-5 record with his 2.49 ERA. That's a pretty good one, too. I believe the D-backs are starting with an opener, Brandon Pfaadt. He's got no saves, and he's got a 4.84 ERA. That's a 6-10 game on Sportsnet LA, 6-10. So you have a 7-10 and a 6-10 on Saturday. Got it? Okay. And then on Sunday, July 12th, Emmett Sheehan, he's 4-6 with a 4.91 ERA. He's got to get that down a little, Emmett. He's going up against Zach Gallen. He's 3-9 with a 6.34 ERA. So 2 guys with higher ERAs. That's a 110 game Sunday on Sportsnet LA and out of market, ESPN Limited, whatever that is. And then the All-Star break. And we will do a show Monday to set you up for both the Home Run Derby, which is Monday on Netflix, and the All-Star game, which is on Fox on Tuesday. So stay tuned. We're going to be back on Monday with a show, all right? So we're going to talk about we're going to set you up for, first of all, we're going to do some stats, the end of the first half, quote unquote, for the Dodger stats. And then we'll tell you about the Home Run Derby, which is going to be on Netflix on Monday. And then the All-Star game is Tuesday on Fox. All right. And we'll remind you about Fox at the end of this show as well. Let's give you the answer to the quick hit trivia. A few moments ago, we asked you, who are the only Dodger teammates to hit back-to-back home runs in an All-Star game? Wait, before we answer, let me look and see if anybody's here live. Anybody here? Oh, I see somebody here. Is that my buddy? Is that Big Jack? Hey, what's going on, Big Jack? I can talk to you for a second. Nobody else is here but Big Jack? Way to go, buddy. You found out where it was. Yeah, cool. Are you having a good summer? I hope so. All right, let's finish this out. Anybody see if anybody in your house got this one, Jack. Let's do the quick hit trivia. Dodgers going to sweep? I think so. I think you're right. All right, let's see if Big Jack knows. Big Jack, do you know the answer to the trivia question? Let me set it up for you again. Who are the only Dodger teammates that hit back-to-back home runs in an All-Star game? Anybody know? Big Jack, do you know? Were you listening last year? No, you weren't listening last year. I think I used this one a year or 2 ago. All right, well, let's finish this up. Okay, a few moments ago we asked, who are the only Dodger teammates, until maybe this year, we don't know, it could happen again, who hit back-to-back home runs in an All-Star game? Well, it happened in 1975 at Milwaukee County Stadium. The second inning off Oakland left-hander Vida Blue, Steve Garvey and Jimmy Wynn went back-to-back. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's right.
Okay, I got it. Sure? Okay, that's good. Got it. Yep, we got it. That's right. So
That's right.
Okay, we got it. So Steve Garvey and Jimmy Wynn in 75 did it. Will it happen again this year? We haven't had this many Dodgers in an All-Star game in a really long time, since about 1980 or so. So that should be fun, having 5 guys in there. Hopefully, maybe they'll go back-to-back. That'd be cool. All right, let's see what else is going on here. Yeah, maybe see if your dad knows. Okay, Jack. Thanks for being here. Wait, one more shout-out for Jack, who's the only one here live. Miss you, buddy. All right, other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about the team on our Facebook page from time to time. So check back often, mostly on Dave's off. Clue, this is a day off. No baseball today, just me. Well, there's baseball, but not Dodger baseball. We'll do more of that during the All-Star week also. But here's two for this week. We've got an old Dodgers clip from the Tommy Hawkins collection. And if you don't know who he was an old football player on the Rams and stuff. I think he was on the Rams. Anyway, a few old Dodgers from the 70s, early 70s. I think Bill Singer's in this one and a couple other guys. And then another one I'm going to put up there also. We just talked about it. Piazza won that last All-Star game in Philly in 96. We're going to put the clip of his home run right below the other video. So there's 2 videos up after this show. So some good watching there on the Facebook page for Let's Talk Dodgers. How about that? All right. Like I said, we're going to talk to you soon, probably on Monday, to set up both the Netflix Home Run Derby and then the All-Star game Tuesday. And then we'll probably come back either Wednesday or Thursday, give you an analysis of both events that went on. I don't watch the Futures game. I don't really get into that too much. It's on also on, I think it's Sunday. Well, we'll worry about that another time. But I like to try and get into the Home Run Derby. There's no Dodgers in it this year that I know of yet, so we'll see. I know Max Muncy was talking about it. I don't know. We'll see. But if he gets into it, I'm picking him as my winner. Last two Dodgers have done it. I picked the last two guys to do it. So I picked Teo and forgot who did it before. Anyway, we're going to talk to you on Monday for sure. All right. So don't forget, and we'll be here. Don't forget to subscribe to us when we post up on YouTube. Tell your Dodger loving friends wherever they are. We're also on Facebook. And we're going to get back to you on Monday, right? Correct?
That's right.
Okay, good. I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on back on Monday. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. To remind you where the All-Star game is going to be on Tuesday, it's going to be on, Big Fox. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks, Big Jack. We'll see you next time on Let's Talk Dodgers.